still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you hear the I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. She said, do you like waffles? I said, hell yeah. Been watching Equals 3 until 2 a.m. I ain't got no iPhone, but I got a DS with a keychain, a pinky. Her cupcakes are the best. I've been failing my classes cause I don't give a damn. They say the world is my oyster, but the free market's a scam. Everything's been changing since last generation was born. I messaged some bounty over Tumblr last night. She said, Roar X3, so it's true love at first sight. Throw out my candy bracelets, now I'm headed to class. I'm still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you hear the I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. She said, do you like waffles? I said, hell yeah. Been watching Equals 3 until 2 a.m. I ain't got no iPhone, but I got a DS with a keychain, a pinky. Her cupcakes are the best. I've been failing my classes cause I don't give a damn. They say the world is my oyster, but the free market's a scam. Everything's been changing since last generation was born, and they won't try to take and change. Use a two-edged sword. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. It's never too late to fall in love with the world. Your past is not today, so say you're straight with a twirl. Yeah, we've all made mistakes before, that's the fact of life. But once you restate your heart, you'll be just fine. Now it's your life, you say it's all mine, all mine. Revel in your friends and hobbies, let your heart speak. Wanna drift and say some shit, just block that internet freak. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the Dragon's Arcade. So, we actually have made progress off screen, because I knew the worms were going to take a while, and they did. So earlier today, I posted this stream, and I was like, okay, the two worms. Let's see if we can kill them. It took me an hour. It took me a full fucking hour to kill those worms, but they're dead. They're dead and buried, and I've saved. So we're good. We got the blue key. I traveled down the corridor, got the blue key. We're good. Hello, Code and Assembly. So you're not gonna see me fight the worms today. I'm sorry. They're dead. They're buried. They're gone. They're gone. They can't hurt us anymore. I hate those things so much. The entire fight is wait until they get near you and slash them for like minimal damage. There might be a trick I was missing, but that's what it ended up being. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the blue tablet in the stream and start the water flowing. Oh man, let's get a move on here. We gotta get out of these catacombs. These catacombs have eaten up too much of our damn time. Okay. And the water pours. Alright. So, we managed to get the water down. Nice. And we got a scarab. Cool. Oh, more of you assholes. And yes! Oh man, the essence absorption, like super attack, has become some of my favorite things to do. Nerdo was entirely right about that. So how have you been? I know we talked like yesterday, but me and Code Assembly did. Also, I posted in the Discord chat. I recently, like a few weeks back. It's not something like super recent, like right now, but about a week ago, I got the Mage of the Ascension book. Finally, I finally got like a physical copy of it because I like having physical copies of books. It's something I enjoy. I enjoy like going over a book while curled up in front of a in front, you know, on a couch with some music playing maybe, and just like paging through the pages. I'm also going to start making like some annotations maybe on it, which I find easier to do on books than I do in digital formats. I know there are digital tools to do it in the PDF, but I also balance multiple copies of the PDF through multiple devices, so that can be a bit of a pain. So in the end, I decided to just go for a physical copy, and it's huge. It's fucking ginormous. It's bigger than some textbooks I used to own. Like, holy shit. I knew it was 600 pages, but a part of me just hadn't fully internalized what that meant. And I feel dumb for not having internalized what that meant. Oh. We don't want to die for being stupid. We don't want to die for being stupid. Come on. Honestly, the double swords are pretty good. I just need to not be an idiot with them. Oh! Alright. My leaping slash is still OP. Good to know. And also, like, a tomb for mage. Howdy, a tomb? A tomb for a mage. Wait, you're talking about the place? Oh, man. No, no, I've been thinking a lot about a tome. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, it does. When I was, like, curled up on the couch, I did get some serious vibes of, like, a mage reading his spell book or whatever, you know, in his tower. God, if only I had a tower, I could go full, I could really complete the look. Oh, man. Oh, damn it, I almost did the charge. Almost did the charge jack. But no, so I had to go to a wedding this weekend for, like, family. So that was a whole thing. But it ate up a lot of my time this weekend, basically, is what I'm saying. But after I got back home, because I had to drop off someone else who was leaving a bit earlier than everyone else, so I got home, like, not at the, you know, middle of the night, like 1 a.m. I got back a little bit, like, earlier, about, like, 10 or 11-ish. And so afterwards, I made myself a cup of tea, curled up on the couch, and read through the Mage Rulebook, because that was weirdly relaxing. Honestly, reading through all the lore and short stories, one of the things I really like about World of Darkness, that is also tied into one of the things I hate about a lot of their books, is that they all include all these, like, short stories that really help you feel the flavor of the world. The reason I kind of hate it is because a lot of their rule books are interrupt rules for a bunch of flavor stuff, which is important for, like, understanding the world or having world building or, you know, understanding the setting, but it can also break up the flow of actually understanding the rules. I have another friend I've talked about aside from Assembly that I've talked with this about, you know, a lot, because Assembly hasn't, like, fully gone through the rules yet, of Mage the Ascension, which, fair, it is probably one of the most ginormous rule books for a game I've ever seen. My parents actually saw it, and at one point they were like, "What the frick is this thing?" My brother also saw it, and he was just like, "What on earth do you have?" All right, we're gonna go ahead and use a super move here. Yeah, we're gonna just electrify a bunch of them. There we go. And then we get the Tornado of Death. Oh, damn it. But, yeah. So that is something I do find relaxing, though, is going through it all. Because while it is nice that they give you a lot of world-building information, finding the actual rules on stuff can be a bit disorganized, I won't deny. It's probably one of my biggest problems with the Mage books overall. Yeah, I should have stopped charging there. These guys are actually kind of easy to deal with as long as you don't get hit. Like, once you get hit, they will just, like, swarm you, unlike even, like, the, even comparable to the soldiers. I don't even know what to call these guys. Mind-blown zombie alien Xenos? I don't know. Who knows? They're weird. Ah! Okay, and back. And back, and slash, and slash, got him. Oh my, they keep coming. You know, I'm always wondering, this is one of those parts where I'm either in like a survival mode area. It might be interesting to make the rules explanation immersive to the story for DMs to read. Seems like the game might reward players for not knowing the rules and relying on the DM. Yeah, it might a bit. Actually, it would be cool if, like, because one of the things I've actually been really enjoying is, like, watching Mage actual plays. I was watching this one group that has, like, that does, like, a setting where the world is, it's basically this, like, small session. It's only, like, 3 sessions long, I think. I've watched 2 of them so far, but this is a small mage cabal with some of the mages who are, like, existed during the Ascension War. And as they play through it, I get a better grasp for the actual mechanics and specific rules of the game, right? But I wish it was easier to go through the rules. I will say, I think the rules are a bit easier to go through than Caleb thinks they are. One thing I've actually learned, especially going through the physical book, because when you're going through the book in digital format, you have like a finds tool, right? A search tool, and you use that a lot. But one thing they do have is actually a very well-organized index section. Basically, every time a word is mentioned, it's listed in the index. And it doesn't just, like, group it all together. So, like, there's a whole, here's the core rules area. This is all the time this rule is mentioned in the rules as, like, a part of a core rule. And it also bolds the times where it's actually referring to and explaining stuff about that term, as opposed to just whenever it appears in the book. The index section is actually very solid. I found it very helpful going through the physical book. And I think it's helped me organize my thoughts a lot better, or like find stuff easier. So I do think that is like a big thing if you're going to be going through the Mage rulebook. Definitely go through the back index and use it as like a general guide to find terms. It is extremely useful, and it's divided into different sections based on like 2 or 3 different categories, I believe. I'd have to go actually like check the physical book. I do have it right next to me, but I had to like flip through all the pages to get to the back. Alright, so the door's locked. Well, we can interact with this. He who reaches the goddess's head will gain the strength necessary. Okay, so maybe we can... There we go. Hey! For DMs to read. It seems like a game that might reward players for not knowing the rules and relying on DM. Yeah, again, I think it could work too, to an extent, for players maybe not fully understanding things. Because the whole point of Mage, right, is that you've awakened to this idea of how you think the world works, and you're trying to figure it out. Especially if you're doing like a new character where you're not doing like an experienced character. Because that is actually one of the other things I think Mage could use. They don't really have a way to build anything other than like... So, like, you can build, like, an Archmage, but they don't have, like, a veteran build. Like, I'm a mage that's been around for a bit, kind of, like, rules for how you do that. They just have start from New Awakening, which is cool, because I think that's kind of the way it's meant to be played, right? You're supposed to be this fresh mage awakening to this new idea or your new perspective on the world. So, like, the rules being a bit confusing until you start playing kind of makes sense in that regard, but I don't really think it's an excuse to get away from actually having your rules better organized. I still think it probably could be better organized, and it probably should be better organized. But no, I do like the systems. I think they're very cool. Mostly, I like World of Darkness because it's a very story-focused, but it still has, like, solid rules for how you do stuff. Or solid rules for, like, a lot of different things. I like systems where it's like, oh yes, we know basically, like, what a handgun does. We know blah, blah, blah. One of the things I do both like about Wild Sea is that it's... I might need to get you to read sometimes. I might need to get it from you to read sometimes. I mean the physical... I mean, you have a PDF copy, I think. Because you have access to my Kavita. But yeah, if you need to, like, borrow a physical, I mean, you could definitely look through it while you're over here. We could look through it together and go through it. That would actually be something fun, honestly. Like, just going through sections. Although, like, we meet so rarely. It feels like that's the thing we want to do when we're, like, together. Because, like, that's one of those things I'm just like, oh man, I wish we were, like, living together. Because, holy fuck, that would be a great thing to do, is just be going over it in the book together regularly. I find it much easier to read physical copies of books. Yeah, me too. I enjoy reading online. I read, like, a lot of fan fiction, but for some reason, when it comes to regular books, I prefer to either have a physical copy in front of me, or I get an ebook. I don't know why. I have several digital copies of things. Like, I have a digital copy of Temeraire. I have a digital copy of the first two of the Wings of Fire series. I have a digital copy of, like, one or more of the a few more other miscellaneous things. I'm not remembering the exact names all off the top of my head. But I don't have a lot of digital books. I have a lot of digital fan fiction copies, but not a lot of digital books. It's a little odd. The pass will only be open to the truly valorous. Okay. Alright, what are we doing here? Perhaps we do it like this. No, come on. Nope, that's not it. I am a bit stumped, it would seem. Maybe I can I run up that? No, okay. Another one of these. Joy. Ooh, maybe I can... I almost thought I had it there for a second. I thought I had something there where I was going to be able to jump onto this platform from using that as like a running jump. Oh, come on. That feels like it maybe should work. I don't know. Maybe I can do this again? That feels like it's about to fall down. Okay, so we can't go there. Nothing in here seems to work. It must be something in here. Maybe we need to... Oh! Oh, it's just like that other room. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. I think I got it. We just need to... Okay, I almost got it. Almost got there. Nope. Come on. Maybe we do it... Yes! Got it! Alright, gotta get good at parkour. Parkour is not optional in this game. It really isn't. Oh, we need our bow. Good thing I restocked on arrows. We'll use regular arrows here because, oh boy. Strongbow, there it is. And... nice! And of course it's a wall run, because why wouldn't it be a wall run? Everything in this goddamn game is a wall run. At least it feels like now. Oh my god, so there's a save point right there, and I really don't want to miss it, because I just got through that, like, utter horde of demon monsters. Whenever I see a save point, I'm like, please don't let me die. I need to not die. For just a few more seconds, I just need to live. Oh, joy. What freaking hell is this? There we go. I'm gonna save before I pull that sword out of the stone. Hey, look, we're King Arthur. But like, way cooler because ninjas. And also, it's like a demonic sword and not, you know, a holy one. I mean, like, look at this. Brand of Valor. Maybe this is a holy sword. Maybe this is a holy sword of the gods. Alright, let's see what this melee weapon has. Brand of Valor. No, wait, it's just a... Oh, you're kidding. It's not even a real weapon. It's a ceremonial sword. Highly decorated. Bullshit. Utter bullshit. We get a glowing dagger. Got wall, will run. We got a glowing dagger, and they're not even, like, gonna let us use it as a weapon. It's just a key. Just a glorified key. Uh-oh. Weird magic shit is happening. Got wall, will run. Got milk, got wall. What the fuck is this thing? Oh my god, look at its fingernails. Man, you need a trim. You need a trim, man. Oh. Oh, wow, these arrows do, like, nothing against this guy. Lightning! Oh, no. Oh, wow. Okay, so my giant blast of lightning did, like, nothing. We're gonna go to the Inferno, because that's fully leveled up to these. Fireball. This will do something, right? Oh, my. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. My giant charged up fireball tickled it. Look at that health damage. I think it's hidden by the fucking comments. Oh no. Oh my. Thank goodness I'm immune while casting Fireball. It feels like I'm doing something very wrong. Like, this is not how this fight is supposed to play out. Oh, wait, maybe it'll get vulnerable and I can hit the head or something? Alright, well, I'm still feels like I'm not doing this right, but okay. Oh. Alright, we're gonna just fireball, fireball, fireball. We have potions. We can do this. Fireball! Fireball! When in doubt, shoot a fireball. Fireball. It works on everything but the goddamn worms. Because God forbid the invertebrates not be invulnerable. Slay him down! It really does feel like I'm doing this wrong, I'm gonna be honest here. Alright, we're gonna use another... Oh. Yeah, we're just gonna Fireball. Fireball seems like the answer here. Oh, unless I miss one like an idiot. I love being invulnerable during my Fireball cast. Imagine if wizards were invulnerable while casting Fireball in D&D. Like, imagine like you could just like be invulnerable while casting Fireball. That was just like a thing. No interrupts, no counter spells. It can all go fuck. It can all get fucked. Counter magic, all of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm casting Fireball. Your counter spell doesn't work in Matches of the Gathering anymore because no, I've decided it doesn't. My wing is already distorting me, but it cost me a bunch of potions, but it worked. I'm imagining this fight is why you've been telling me to conserve my potions, right, Nerdo Dragon? 1 second, I'm waiting for the cutscene to die so I can actually, like, watch the so I can play the cutscene out here. Imagining that's why you've been telling me to, like, preserve my cutscene, my, potions and everything. Because without those, that fight would have been way more difficult. Wow, my wing is just, like, in so much pain. Alright. Our clearance time, like 2 hours. Greater Ninja, still not terrible. 1 second, I'm gonna go ahead and, like, reset my VTuber. I really, really, really want to finish the other one, but I have so many other shit going on. Ugh. Alright. And there we are. But yes, I finalized Get Good. Are you referring... With Get Good, are you referring to right now? Oh, shit. No, there's something worse? There's something worse coming up? Oh, no. Path to Zarkon. Zarkon. Using the aqueduct, Ryu has arrived in mostly moat surrounding Zarkon. However, a great wall blocks his path into the palace itself. Alright. So we've got a... Is that a fucking giant piranha? Please tell me that wasn't a giant fucking piranha. I have a bad feeling about this, people. I have a really bad feeling. I'm saving something before that fight. Oh. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to go into that water, because that water we will die in. The fuck kind of fish is that? Look at its double, like, alien-style jaw. Keep one Nimpo slot empty. God. Alright, I'll keep one Nimpo slot empty, so we can, Oh, no. I don't want to go in that water. Like, really don't. Alright. Here, let me try shooting the fish. Alright, so they die pretty easily. You got demon fishies. We're going fishing, bitches. Okay. That was pretty easy. Oh shit, they're still there? Oh my. Regular arrows can deal with these things, so I really don't want to waste any of my special ones. Oh no. Ah, there we go. What I meant is your Impo is full use once, so you won't waste any Nimpo essence. Oh, so if I get any is what you're saying. I'll go ahead and use one, I guess, to kill the fish. Oh, I guess it does kill the fish. Don't special can't be bought right now? Don't special can't be bought right now, question mark? I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Okay, so I'm guessing there's another... Oh, there's something down there. Special arrows. I mean, I don't know if special arrows can be bought right now. Also, the fish is like right there. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit! I do not like that it was like right behind me. God, this is another sewer. This feels like... Oh my god. No, not this shit. Not this shit underwater! Oh my. I hate this. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, frick. A spear gun. Wait, what? We have a spear gun? Oh, it's so funny. I guess it's the underwater weapon. I did not win this far. I told you to preserve potion. I basically make get good. Amulet of Celerity. What is that thing? Interesting. Okay. I'll go ahead and stock up on arrows. Because I might be able to use them to kill the fish. Really want to use the sword. I did upgrade the dragon sword. And the Diablaro. It looks as... Diablaro. Diablaro? Diablaro. Adio. Ugh. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Okay. So, what do we have with the spear gun? What's this deal? Auto reloading, not very useful out of water. Okay, so it's just an underwater weapon. Check arrows while at it. Oh yeah, I should probably add some special arrows. I don't have much essence is the thing. Do I want to buy some more core? I want to buy at least a few explosive arrows. Let's buy 5 of them. And then I'm going to go ahead and I will buy at least 4 of these. I want to have some potions. I don't have enough for another Great Devil Elixir. They're not expensive. Get them. Not expensive. Get them. Okay. Well, the thing is, in most of the areas where you really need it, like, yeah, they're not expensive on their own, but like 10 of them are 1,000. And like all of these is 2,000. I guess I might as well. They're good long-range options. They do good damage. So, all right, sure. Why not? Oh god, I really hate this. Holy, I don't move that fast. I barely move fast enough, and it drains my... Oh my god, so they're gonna do this stupid bullshit. And I still have the harpoon gun out, for no reason. Strombo. Wait, why am I doing that? I have the windmill shuriken. Alright, we got it. Another golden scarab. It's easy to farm money anyway in this game. Yeah, I did find a bunch of, like, bats where I could farm money. Technically infinitely, honestly. But it was just really tedious. I only got, like, 800 per run out of it, and I had to leave and enter a room again. It just wasn't that effective. It took a while to kill them all, because you had to wait till them all to come to you. I do hate these tunnels, though. These tunnels are fucking annoying. Mostly because of the goddamn stabby traps while you're drowning. Ryu, I wish you could hold your breath longer. Granted, he can hold his breath longer than I can, so maybe I shouldn't be talking shit. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, because I don't want to deal with all these flying enemies. There we go. Nice and simple. Okay. Now, where to go from here? This level is gonna... I can already feel this level is gonna be a pain in my ass. Mostly just because of the way it's laid out, with a lot of, like, underwater areas. Look, unless you're Subnautica, I'm sorry, I'm not here for the underwater section. I think Subnautica is the only game, or one of the only games, where I've actively looked at the underwater parts of the game and been like, yeah, this is the good shit. Because in every other game, I get it, the underwater section sucks to play, but it's also because you weren't balancing for it, right? Like, the entire game was built for the above water sections, you know? So when you build the entire game for the above water sections, and then you add an underwater section, it's invariably terrible. He is a dragon ninja with infinite stamina, so holding breath from him just be expected. Yeah, but then he gets stabbed and he loses that breath real quickly. It's hard to hold your breath when you have a hole in your lungs, isn't it, Ryu? Oh my, those freaking fish. What the? Are those mermaids? Why the frick are murderous mermaids? What the frick? Freaking murderous mermaids? What the hell? Alright, I'm glad I decided to get some bow ammo, because damn. Guys, we are officially being attacked by demon mermaids. This is officially a thing. I don't even know how to feel about that. Gotcha. Gotcha, bitch. Can't take a few arrows, can ya? Oh shit, I'm out of arrows. Explosive arrow? Oh, come on. God damn it, I missed so many shots there. That's just a waste of resources. Also, it's still alive? I just shot a blast in its freaking face. Can you die already, asshole? Thank you. Stay dead. Nobody likes you. There's a door. Oh, of course, the Triton symbol. You know, I actually don't know much about the god Triton. I know he's technically like a son of Poseidon, I think, but I actually don't know much about him mythology-wise. Maybe I should look into that. You never know. Might find something interesting. Looks like Gills from Black Lagoon, rather. The horror movie, not the anime with the chick with the twin Berettas doing flips that makes John Woo blush. Yes, we are aware that we are aware that Black Lagoon the anime kicks ass. We are also aware the creature from the Black Lagoon is something entirely. Revy is a very different character. Fun anime though. I'm glad I finally got around to watching it a while back. I did actually watch it now, so I can officially say, yeah, it does kick all sorts of ass. Okay, let's see here. Where are we going? Very, very different character. You're welcome. Thank you again. Always happy. Balalaika. Oh my. Whoa. Balalaika. Okay, so we've got murder drones on our hands. Also, this coming week, actually, this very week, we are going to see the Backrooms movie. It's gonna be, oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm hyped for the Backrooms movie. I really am. I'm still not sure if they're gonna go with like the weird bacteria monster thing, or if they're gonna just have like the characters go crazy in the Backrooms, you know? Or maybe the horror is that it's expanding and slowly devouring our world. Like everything's gonna start phasing out. Oh look, an oxygen tank. Wait, now we officially have infinite breath. wait, I guess it's just infinite. When you breathe as little as he does, Balalaika. Dawnseeker knows what's up, I see. Just Balalaika. Oh, we got a hand crank. What's the hand crank going to do? What are we cranking? Secret compartment? Secret compartment. I think. Maybe? Let's see. How far did you watch Black Lagoon? I believe it was all the way through the end, but it's been a while now. I think a few months. It was good. Very solid. I will say one of the most emotionally impactful parts was probably the twins. Like the twin murder children who are assassins. That was probably the most what the fuck moment, honestly. Like, holy shit. Just like a pair of twins just utterly wrecking everyone. Balalaika confronting the twins. Yeah. Yeah. That moment. The entire arc with the twins, honestly, was probably one of the strongest parts of the show for me. I said kneel. I said kneel. Oh, damn that line. But yeah. Black Lagoon is a very good show. And again, I probably should have watched it years ago. I've only finally gotten around to it. But it was worth every second. Now that I have infinite breath, I guess I can go through whatever this death trap is. Yeah, I definitely would have drowned in this thing. Maybe on Berserk level when it comes to writing and philosophy. The VA nailed that line. The voice acting for Black Lagoon is good all around. Holy... I have not watched the sub because it's one of those dubs that makes me not even need to. Dear God, that dub was solid. I don't think I've seen a dub that solid since, like... do I dare invoke Code Geass? Honestly, yeah, the sheer emotion. All the characters, and it's not even just that one scene, right? Like, they did a very good job throughout the entire show with nailing that kind of stuff. Honestly, I think it might be on the level of Code Geass for me. Like, Balalaika and Lelouch have that same kind of fucking the voice actors have the same kind of just like raw emotion to them where they just nail the characters. Gods. Oh man, it's so good. So solid. It's definitely up there with like top English dubs of all time, 100%. Alright, so I've got a key. So I guess that takes me back to the Trident door. So let's try heading back in here. Kill la Kill, Gungrave, Trigun, Helsing, Berserk. There are solid dubs out there, Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, don't forget Code Geass. Code Geass is like top tier dub for me. But yeah, there are a lot of very solid dubs out there. My biggest problem with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Though is that although most of the dubs for Yu-Gi-Oh! Are very good. Even like the ones that have like their moments, you know, like where it's like, I'm not sure that particular scene was all that great. For the most part, they are pretty good. And one of the issues though I do have with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that unless you're talking about the first series, you mentioned all Geass already, yeah. But unless you're talking about the first series with Yu-Gi-Oh! All of the Yu-Gi-Ohs afterwards, basically, at least all the way through, I know 5Ds and I think Zexal, like, lost a season. Because the dub didn't, like, there was this period in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they just did not want to finish their dubs. Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5Ds and GX both have incomplete dubbings, which drives me insane. Especially because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of those shows where I feel like the dub is needed more so because they're explaining card rules right. And that's better when you're doing it fully in English, for an English speaker. So like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I love the dub in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I can't watch the entire series dub. I've had to re-watch the show in sub so I could get used to the sub and then like watch the, because you know, too edgy for kids. I mean, like, was it? I don't think it was. Like, 5Ds was just time travel bullshit, and they were already doing full-on cult indoctrination, brainwashing, and murder with like universal genocide and like the finale of where the dub left off. I mean, the dub technically. Also, here's the weird thing. I'm not sure a ton of people think about this. So there's this movie that's Bonds Beyond Dimensions, not Bonds Beyond Dimensions. That's original Yu-Gi-Oh! There's like this time travel. There's this time travel, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, right? This Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie where, all, like, the three protagonists from GX, Original, and 5Ds all get together. Rage and Grief, just not the fact that her men died torturous fate, but the hand is still shit, but also the mirrors are children. Yeah, because even in the lawless area they live, it's real fucked up. But, so, you remember how they had that movie with time travel? That movie is incomprehensible if you only watch the dub. It is actually incomprehensible if you do not watch the dub. If you only watch the dub. The villain is an extension of the final season of 5Ds, which is not dubbed. It was only subbed. So you won't know what the fuck is going on and why Yusei's world looks the way it does and who this asshole is. And on top of that, Gaiden is working with Yubel. And is fine and wandering the world and looking for who stole his friend's duel monsters. And if you only watch the dubs, you'll be like, wait, didn't Gaiden like vanish with Yubel at the end and just like into the ether or whatever? Or isn't he like implied to maybe possibly be dead? They literally made a dub of a movie that is incapable of being watched by people who only watch the dubs of 5Ds and GX. And I just am like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do this? Don't forget when the kid had a lock on its heart and could die if not escape. Hellraiser like puzzle or whatever that was, I vaguely remember. I mean, alright, look, that's not even like a thing compared to some of the shit Zane went through. Remember when Zane played torture duels? Yeah, remember the Electrostop duel disc? Where Zane was literally playing for keeps in a Thunderdome? That was a thing that happened in the dub of GX. I strongly argue against the whole it was too much for kids. They literally had Zane die. Like, die. He had a fucking heart attack in the dub. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, he's going to the shower. Man was gonna win, and he had a fucking heart attack. because of all the strain his heart had been under from the torture duels he underwent in the underground. Like, I don't see how you can argue that whatever came after was just too much for the dub audience at that point, right? I just don't see it. I know that, I'm honestly surprised that 4Kids allowed Zane to die. I'm honestly shocked about that shit. Torture duels that were cool. GX just has some really cool stuff. Since I delete so often, I have to ask myself, how much before I shall lose any meaning? True, but to be fair, like, it's not like OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Was an exception to that. Let's be honest. Like, do you remember when Kaiba recreated the entirety of the Pharaoh's, like, he spent, like, what was it, years working on how to recreate the Pharaoh's hair because it was integral to give him his rematch? Remember, this is an actual thing. Kaiba created a fucking VR recreation of the Pharaoh by combining magic that he didn't believe in with science. Just so he could have his pissing match with the Pharaoh. Yeah, it did do some stupid jank. Honestly, Season 1 was pretty much in line with you. I feel like Season 1 was when they were playing it mostly safe. I do think one of my favorite parts was definitely the cult of the white light. You know? Like, the whole, like, weird duelist cult thing. And Gaiden, like, actually has, like, a major loss against someone who's not technically on his side, basically. I liked that. I thought it was good. Kaiba needs to prove he's better than a king. Kaiba needs to prove he's better than everyone. Man has like an inferiority complex bigger than anything I've ever seen. Alright, we're gonna pull out the nunchucks for this. Well, not the nunchucks, but the Kusarigama, the Vigorian Flail, that's it. I remember this being very effective against these guys. Yes. Oh shit. No, not this move, not this move. Not this again. I think one of my top moments in the English dub when Lelouch was confronting Gar- oh yes. I command you! Do not stop the march of time! Oh man, when he was like actually confronting them with their bullshit, when they were claiming, oh, we did this all for you, Lelouch. We did it all for our family, so we could be happy together. It's like, you fucking gave up on living in the real world so you could plan on how to make a fantasy world where like nothing would matter because nothing moves forward. And we're all just stuck in an endless status quo because you wanted to go back to your status quo that you had, where everything was perfect. And Lelouch now has been out in the world. He understands that it's not perfect. It has never been perfect. Oh, man. Then we have the place where they get transported to dimension of ancient civilization, use modern dual disc and characters. Don't bother to question that. I mean, to be fair, yeah. But also, like, they weren't all modern dual discs. Actually, a lot of them weren't modern dual discs, if you actually look back. A lot of the dual discs were, like, ancient, like, swords or whatever, or shields. The monster ones in particular were not that advanced. They were, like, organic, almost. And as for the ones that were, well, like, different people from other places get caught there occasionally. Alright. Oh my, this place is just full of people. I'm wasting my goddamn time. If you look back, though, there are a lot of, like, organic ones, or ones that are, like, more medieval-ish, like, not advanced technology. And they're already in a place where you don't even really need the dual disc to function. You literally just need to, like, hold up a card, and you can summon the monster. Like, they did that regularly. They actually did that regularly throughout the season. One of the parts of it I thought was actually kind of strong was that they would, like, use their dual monsters for just, like, normal-ass shit, like transportation occasionally. Alright. Well, these guys are taking forever. Oh. But no, I actually thought that was one of the stronger parts of the series. I did like that the duels where they lost were, like, kind of understandable. Like, the enemies would actually, like, outright cheat. Zane got destroyed by complete bullshit. I'm gonna be frank with that. Zane losing that quickly was actually very surprising when he lost the vampire lady. Even though her bullshit was like, I'm sorry, they had to give that woman so much BS in order for her to win. I mean, like, dude, they were already doing that in OG. I mean, yeah, the zombie thing is definitely a bit out there. I'll admit that the zombie thing. But, like, the cards have powers, or, like, they basically were playing dual monsters back in the day. I mean, the ancient Egyptians basically played dual monsters. And basically, no, the fucking Atlanteans did something similar. Like, dude, what more do you want? At that point, dueling has just been a part of culture. Ugh. The zombie thing was very weird, though. It did feel a bit off. I will say it did add a bit of a horror, and I liked the idea behind them. The idea of, like, the weird, like, energy-sapping bracelet thing is still online. So, even if you can beat them, they'll just get back up and challenge you to another duel, and each time you win, you get more and more of your energy drained, until eventually you just either collapse or somebody gets lucky and takes you out. The idea of, like, attrition dueling, basically, where you're and it did encourage them to do that thing I was talking about, right, where they use their monsters more as, like, utility tools. So they would, like, summon monsters or use effects to, like, blow obstacles out of the way or, like, run past people. It did feel a little weird how quickly it happened. Like, the guys were gone for, like, a few days, and the next thing you know, the entire school is Zombieland. It would have been more interesting if there would have been something to interrupt them and keep them away from the school for longer, so it felt more natural. It did feel like they went from 0 to Zombieland, like, instantly. I won't deny that part. I did like the concept, though. I think the concept was very solid. It just could have used maybe a bit more thought, a bit more workshopping. My god, the stubborn ones. How many of these am I have to kill? Like, do these just ever stop? I need a break. Freaking try them. Yes! Come on, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Slash him, slash him, slash him. Yes! We will keep up the slashing. Yes! Slash, 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 slash. But no, I think it wasn't like a terrible idea, it just needed some better execution. That's my personal thoughts on the zombie arc. And to be fair, the zombie arc wasn't even necessarily that long. Like, the duel with, Marcel took, like, longer. I think the duel with Marcel took, like, half the zombie episodes in total. Like, it was just, like, that one duel for the most part. I did like the fusion mode, though. I do like Armitile. I think it's a very interesting one. You can do the cards have power and do slightly better. Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong. I think the way they did it in like the Yu-Gi-Oh series finale, like their big ending, was better done. I won't deny that. Oh, okay, I must be getting near the end. I just got an achievement that says kill every enemy in all 6 ambushes. It said all 6, so that means I must have done the last ambush. Okay, so we've done all the ambushes. This wasn't the way forward, though? Okay. This was a side area. Great. Yeah. No, I don't deny that, though. I don't deny that it was pretty sloppy, that part of the series. It felt like it came a bit out of nowhere, too, you know? Like, we went... Because I did like the dueling dimension better. I liked the dimension of, like, the evil dual spirits of Yubel better. Mostly because it felt like the entire multiverse was falling apart, and that was Yubel's plan. So the entire, like, weird alternate world feeling disjointed makes sense because they were not really in the same place the whole time anyway. They were in, like, a bunch of different places. Also, I really liked Jaiden's, like, villain arc. I thought that was actually very solid. I loved when they focused on, oh god, I forget his name, but, like, the crocodile guy, the Australian duelist. I liked his whole, like, Eye of Orichalcum Comet Vision Quest shit. I thought that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed having two of the new side characters have to figure out how they're gonna beat Gaiden. Like, the protagonist of a Yu-Gi-Oh series is functionally unbeatable without plot shenanigans, right? And they have to now go beat him while he's in super mode with a new amped up card that can just wreck people's shit. Super Polarization in the show is basically just like, I make up bullshit and I win. The card. I feel like you can do cards. I can't fit the whole quote into YouTube chat because character limit, but I'll post in the live stream chat the Lelouch quote. Oh, yes, please. Piece of advice. Flick analog stick and do light combo. Every weapon has a variation. Try with Twin Swords, you'll find it easier. Okay. Let's see. But no, I think Super Polarization being a dumb, like, overpowered card worked beautifully. Super Polarization was bullshit. Because remember, in the show, from what I understand in the show, he just, like, made a new card. Because they're in the alternate dimension. So he didn't actually have to, like, think of what his fusion actually was. In the actual game, you can use Super Polarization. It is a pretty cool card, but it's reliant on, like, field setup shenanigans, and you have to have a bunch of potential fusion monsters in your library, so it's a bit more restrictive. But holy shit, every weapon has a variant of it, down to the dragon sword. Nice. But in the show, Jaden just got to point at an enemy monster, say, I'm going to take that, fuse it with my thing, and make something even better. I'm just going to let the universe give me power. Oh, man. No. I like Jaden's whole vision arc. I think it added a lot more to him as a character. I think it was, like, very good for the show as a whole. That entire segment was, like, just very strong. And the way he was basically being groomed by Yubel for their weird destiny role with the Supreme King. I liked that. I thought it was cool and interesting. It added a bit more Chosen One to Jaden, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But, like, every Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist gets a bit of Chosen One added into them, so honestly, like, if that's even my criticism, might as well just go after the entire franchise. Because that's just the franchise. Just flick and mash the light button. Alright. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to be going here. I went down into the tunnels, but that just led me to a dead end. Maybe I'm supposed to keep looking around down here? Maybe there's another way forward down here. Okay, so we went... Let's see, maybe this way? Nope, nothing over here. I can feel that I'm nearing the end, though. Mostly because an achievement told me I've done all the ambushes. Which means I've done all, like, the weird ones. The weird challenge room fights. Good fighting this year. And again, every weapon has a variant of it. Nice. Yes, that will be useful. I will say, Ninja Gaiden is part, like, oh yes, this is a desperate struggle for survival. And then it's another part, where the fuck fuck am I supposed to go? Alright, I feel like am I even supposed to be going this way? Let me cut back further. Wait, I have a freaking map. Why am I not using my goddamn map? Okay, so I want to go... Well... Ah, so I think this was a side area, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I have not found a map to this area yet, so I think this is the area where I'm supposed to be going. I think this is the way I'm supposed to be going. I love how he doesn't even have his breath tank on him. He just, like, has assumed it's there, packed in between his skin-tight clothing. Somehow. No, so this is the Trident door. We already went through this. It's not so desperate once you're getting smooth about Kata. Scene short about Ninja New Game Sigma 2 I posted on Cert. I didn't watch the short yet. I don't think I've watched it. Have I watched that short? Let me see. Scene general chat, right? I know you posted one about the baby ball with Shantae. Oh, right. That big, like, over-the-top scene. Yes, the praise Lord Itagachi. Yes, I did see that. Yeah. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 2 is gonna look more intense because it was supposed to be a sequel to Ninja Gaiden 1. It was designed to be challenging people who like the first game. That's generally how sequels of very difficult games go. Did either of you ever understand the meaning behind Nanali's beautiful smile? Oh man, that scene right there was so solid. I will not allow you to call that a lie. Over my dead body. Your refusal to face reality, content to watch us from afar. Don't make me laugh. There is only one truth here. You, my own parents, abandoned us. Oh man. Even Shuzaku was like, holy shit, you people are the worst. Like, I'm still pissed at Lelouch, but, like, Euphemia would not want this. Holy shit, no. Oh, man. Yeah, that entire thing. She was blinded. It was her only way of expressing gratitude. Oh, it was such a strong scene. Such a good scene. Oh, we got a ninja. Art of the Ice Storm. I'm getting, like, all my magic right at the end of the game, it feels like. Alright. Do. Man, these swimming controls are freaking janky as fuck. Yes, of course, we have an underwater save point now that we don't have to worry about our breath. Oh, man. Where do we go from here? Okay. Not so desperate once you're getting smooth about your kata. Okay, so that's a dead end, it looks like. Unless there's something I can interact with in here. No, this doesn't look like a dead end. God, this temple sucks. I hate this place. Janky ass controls, people. Janky ass controls. Ah, la la la. Let us see. Maybe I'm just bad. Maybe it's not the controls' fault. Maybe it's just my fault. Maybe I'm just bad at games. Oh. Okay, so this was something. Let's see. Okay, so this is leading us back to the junk. Oh, wait, I think we go this way. Heading in, then not a long game. We shall see Ninja Gaiden 2 sooner than I thought. I'm probably not going straight into 2 after this. I'm probably playing a bit of something else. You know, all the swimming has really got me in the mood for some Subnautica. Or maybe, like, I don't know. I need a break. Like, some kind of break. I didn't even play, like, the Dark Souls games all in a row. And I had the ability to. I chose not to. Also, Shujaku realizing the fact that not Euphemia, but even Shirley, who was directly a victim of Luce's actions via her father's death, still took a secret identity to the grave. Yeah. A lot of the problem is that, like, Lelouch has a lot of fucking decent gripes. It's just, the reason he pissed so many people off is because in his quest for vengeance, he ended up, you know, getting a lot of people killed. Like, a lot of people. Oh my. Oh my. Oh no. Sharks. Sharks. Freaking xenomorph sharks. Oh, frick. Ah, I gotta love these things, huh? Oh my, frickin'. There's a boss, there's boss rush and then something to go through. You can still not face Doppelganger. I probably am not facing that until later, you know. I imagine it's much later in the game in the normal difficulty. Oh my god, finally. We're going to head up out of this goddamn shark pit. Most Machiavellian mind says he does not view himself as no incident righteous. Yeah. Like his whole tagline is those who are not prepared to kill should prepare to must be prepared to, what was it? Oh god damn it. Oh god, his whole tagline is about how, like, only people who are willing to be killed should kill other people. Like, by doing that, from the very first murder he commits, when he orders the guard to die, when he orders those soldiers to die, he's basically saying, I am going to die. Like, I am not making it out of this. Because I am someone who is now willing to die because I have killed. You should follow up follow the drop with twin swords at this point. Okay. Oh, wait. Date of my daughter's birthday. I shall change the combination. Date of my daughter's birthday shall suffice. Right, left, right, left. Date of his daughter's birthday. Do I have any info on that? Also, I have life increaser. I should use that. We're going to go ahead and use that. And use this. More than you need anyway. I know, but I still need to know the combination. Oh, right, it auto does it. Never mind. Right, left, right, left. I can just do that with, yeah. Right, because this is the stupidest combination in the world. You don't even need to know the numbers. That's so dumb. This is the shittiest... Man, those lockpicking channels would have a blast with these things. They're like, you don't even need to know that. It's literally like a coin flip guess for each one. You just turn it all the way to the left, and if that doesn't work, turn it all the way to the right, and then do that, and keep doing that until you get it right. Like, it's literally a for each number in the combination, it takes that many times more, twice as many from the previous time. That's it. That's all. You just gotta know if it's left or right. The number combination... God, it's such a shitty lock. You know, it reminds me of how, like, in some video games, you can actually just, like, brute force the pin pad locks, you know? The ones that, like, don't require you to actually find it. All the lock number combinations are set. Like in Prey or Deus Ex or in System Shock, for example. And you can just, like, brute force them. Oh, looks like YouTube censors me from listening to the direct quote. The only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed. That was it. Oh god, it was driving me insane. I was like, I know this quote. Only those who are prepared to... Only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed. Easily Lelouch's best quote, in my opinion. It's a solid quote, and it tells you everything you need to know about him. Because unlike a lot of other edgelords, he actually means it. In the end, he's willing to make the ultimate sacrifice and die himself. And unlike a lot of other people, he's actually not super willing to kill his own, like, loved ones. Like, yeah, he killed his family, but let's be real, it was a royal family members, and the only one he actually liked seemed to be Euphemia, and he actually didn't want to kill her. Like, Clovis was clearly just kind of a bit of a douche, and yeah, maybe he was a bit cold to kill him, but Lelouch didn't ever care about Clovis. And the people he cares about, he's not willing to put them down. Like, he has so many attempts, he has so many chances to kill Suzaku before he becomes a threat, and he chooses not to. He has all the chances in the world to kill Euphemia, and only does it by accident. He genuinely feels like horrible when he learns that when he believes Nanali's gotten killed as a result of his actions. You not fighting to die, you do win and survive. There's no other point. Yeah. Alright, so I've gone... I feel like I've done... Do we go down further, or... Yep. More into this place. Even Clovis, he pucked after he killed him, because Clovis genuinely loved him. Yeah, like, he's willing to kill, but he doesn't necessarily like killing family. It's just, look, I have a real hatred for the Britannian royal family because I believe they slaughtered my mother, and he's going to go through you one by one until he figures out who it is. But he's not going to do it because he, like, enjoys killing you. He's doing it for a revenge quest. Because he, like, really hates his dad. Let's be honest. I feel like that was, like, Lucius, like, primary character defining moment at the beginning was like how much he loathed his father. This was actually Miyamoto Musashi's quotes, "Good Lord manga book of the 5 rings for how much layer of coolness there is to is so cool." Oh. Yeah. Man, I could go on about Code Geass for a bit. It's actually what got me into like mecha. Weirdly enough, that is like another thing. I had not watched really any mecha anime until I watched Code Geass. I think it was the first time I'd ever watched mecha. Even though Code Geass is more of like political drama with mecha elements, like most of the coolest shit in Code Geass isn't about the mecha fights, to be honest. It's about like the gigantic speeches, not even Transformers. I was not a Transformers fan. I actually have not really watched that much Transformers. I've seen clips, but I never got into the shows. Any of them. At all. I had watched Power Rangers, which does have some mecha stuff in it. But I'm not really sure it's really the same thing. You know? Code Geass was the only mecha anime I have watched. I've watched a few more. Old Noah Zero was pretty good. The later seasons really squandered some of the potential it had. Like, early seasons, it was so good. I think Season 1 is probably one of my favorite seasons of anime. Like, Old Noah Zero Season 1 is top tier when it comes to anime. Some people are like, oh, but it got worse. And I'm like, I don't care. I give zero shits about that. I genuinely could not care how bad the later seasons get. The early seasons where you had these people on the back foot, and they were, like, actually outgunned and barely surviving. Basically, the whole thing is that there's this... Mars is, like, not great with resources. It's the future. Mars broke away from Earth, because that just happens sometimes. And the royal family on Mars discovered this ancient alien technology, and it bonded to their family's DNA, so that they can activate and grant people the ability to command, like, hyper-advanced mecha units. Earth has been developing some of its own, but they're, like, children compared to this advanced ancient technology, right? And the whole thing is that the princess of Mars is not exactly as much of a bastard as most of her families, and she's, like, trying to negotiate peace, so to speak. Her grandfather, who was, like, the founder of the royal family, is mostly kind of, like, distant and just like, do whatever. So, there is of course, a terrorist attack, you know, conspiracy from within the Martian units. Basically, they try and kill the princess and make it look like Earth did it. And that sets off a massive Al Noah war, where these space stations drop from orbit, dealing oh god, the first episode is so good. It also some fantastic music beats to go with it too. Just praise all around. Recently, I had not watched so much anime shows. Plenty of free sites had storage sorted, so I was playing Restlessly Plenty. Nearly filled up my Rotor adventure. Anyway, like the whole gimmick is basically they're playing with like Gundam early gear mechs, and these guys are and the enemy is functionally playing with magic. Like, they have mechs with cool sniper rifles, or weird, like, tricks using rocket launchers. And one of the other mechs drains heat from the areas around it, reducing everything to absolute zero. And they have to abuse the fuck out of physics in order to beat him. It's such a cool moment. I highly recommend, if you have not watched All Noah Zero, at least watch Season 1. Afterwards, there's this weird thing where the princess gets, like, injured, or God, I forget the details. Basically, princess gets taken out of commission, and there's this other non-Martian, like Earthbound human who ended up on Mars and became like the princess's like essentially like right-hand man or servant. And she's been looking for her. Now he's involved in all that conspiracy stuff, and the main character of the previous one essentially gets like a DNA infusion, or essentially gets knighted by the princess so he can use the alien technology. And so then it stops being about like the underdogs with their like underdog technology having to like outplay these hyper advanced mechs. And I feel like the show really lost a lot of intrigue after it lost that element. That element was like really solid, and it carried a lot of those early episodes for me. But once they lost that, it kind of just became Gundam. No shade or anything, but it did. Anyway, what I like about Lelouch's relationship with Yuffie is that Yuffie outplayed him. She stripped away all the cards without exposing his true motive. Yeah, because Euphemia was like legitimately a good person, right? Like, she understood that there were issues. She also understood that she was somewhat pampered, but she did genuinely want to try to... She understood she wouldn't be able to fix everything, but she wanted to at least try to get people to stop murdering each other, because that was something she could do, and it was something she felt she had a responsibility to at least try to find a peaceful solution. And it turns out, the peaceful solution is something Lelouch is completely unprepared to deal with, because he essentially based all his tactics on the idea of the oppressors never giving up, and him being able to rally more and more people to his cause. And then Yuffie's like, okay, we'll concede some concessions, you know? We'll give Japan a bit more autonomy. We'll lay down the arms. We'll go to the negotiating table with you. We'll give you some concessions. And Lelouch's just like, what? No, wait, what? Fuck. I planned on you as not being reasonable people. Well, you have to give Lelouch, even among his grief and shock, in the moment he was able to realize he can spin this to further his campaign on the guy's justice. I mean, I get that that's what he was technically doing, but let's be real, Lelouch was dying inside. When Lelouch had to deal with that, he was functionally just dying on the inside after Yuffie. I don't think he was like all there. The man was like broken. He was going through the motions because he's like the master strategist and he's always looking to turn things to his advantage, but man was not okay. Man was not okay. My point exactly. Oh. Yeah, Lelouch was like very destroyed after Yuffie's death. I don't think he actually got over that throughout the entire series. Of all the deaths in the series, even like the fake out deaths with Nonali, I think that Yuffie hit him hardest. So emotionally broken, he can still make that observation. Because Lelouch's mind... Look, Lelouch is a very good sociopath. He is. He's a fucking... he's not a sociopath. He cares deeply for others. But, like... Man... Probably a psychopath, then. Probably a psychopath. Very unstable, man. He's a master planner, but, like, holy shit, could he be petty as fuck. Man would go out of his way to just, like, be the biggest dick sometimes. Remember when he found out, like, that they were... Remember when he met, like, the Japanese, resistance force people? And they were doing, like, the hotel hostage situation? He doesn't fit under psychopath either. Oh. But do you remember when he was doing, like, the hotel hostage situation? And he, like, called them out and called them, like, oh my god, you're like irrational children. Doing displays of, like, fucking camaraderie in a war. Ugh, it makes me sick. Not camaraderie, fucking displays of showmanship. Just, like, throwing away lives for no discernible cause, just to remind people you still exist. How sad. How sad to have gotten to the point where you need to, like, do shit like this just to make people remember you actually exist and are kind of relevant. Like, when's the last time you did something that was beneficial for your people? Good gods. Get over yourself, you old relics. Yes, tornado of death. Aha. He's such a good character, though. He knows our homes. One of the interesting things about Lelouch, too, as opposed to Sneasel, like, I feel like this is something people don't get about Sneasel. People, like, are like, how did Lelouch predict Sneasel? That's bullshit. The thing with Sneasel is, compared to Lelouch, he doesn't think he can lose. Sneasel never has thought he can lose. Not really. He always thinks he knows best, as opposed to Lelouch. Lelouch was always operating under the assumption that he, like, don't get me wrong, he thought he was invincible when he first got his power, but then Cornelia handed his ass and he came back down to Earth and he remembered, oh right, I can lose. I'm the underdog. Do not have empathy. Yeah, I think he's right. I do think Dawnseeker might be right. Lelouch has a deep sorrow and empathy for others that most psychopaths do not have. Like, he doesn't just, like, care about Shirley. He, like, did not want her to die, and he feels legitimately guilty about her death. And he also felt things for Rollo. Like, he wanted Rollo to die because, I mean, a lot of reasons, let's be real. The whole replacing Nonnally thing. And then also, you know, killing Shirley. Like, he really hated Rollo, but in the end, he did feel bad for the kid. Like, Lelouch legitimately mourned Rollo for a bit. I don't think a psychopath would do that. He doesn't even just have empathy for the people he sees as his. It's like anyone he's grown to care about. And for all that he didn't want to care about Rollo, he did end up caring for him. He cared deeply, and he could not help himself in that regard. Which is why I do think Dawnseeker is correct here. Man. Code Geass really is just one of those shows that will never stop being, like, top tier. Ever. Okay. How am I gonna... Oh joy, it's one of these guys. Slash. Got him. What is he then? Other than narcissist somewhat. If being honest, everyone else in Code Geass seems somewhat unhinged. I mean, to be fair, they live in a fundamentally broken world. Also, one of the other things I do have to give credit to Code Geass, solid world building. Like, do you know something never explain their alternate universe setting outright? But they do tell you it. So, they never explain what Britannia is, or, like, why Britannia is in charge of America. Like, no character goes over Britannian history in, like, a big old conversation. But there is actually an explanation for it in the show. In one of Lelouch's early history classes, as, like, background chatter from the teacher, the teacher explains how there was a rebellion in England, and the Queen and the royal family had to flee to the American colonies. It's never said in the show. This is actually an alt-universe fic, alt-timeline fic, where the Queen fled to the American colonies due to an uprising shortly after the colonies were founded. That's just, like, solid. They don't ever, like, have to explain the European Union or China's, like, whole confederation in order to give you a general picture of what's going on. It has some very good world building, and I don't think it gets credit for that. Like, I feel like people focus on the very obvious ways it's really good, which, fair, you know, there's a lot of reasons Code Geass is amazing. But the unfeeling villain comes down to his upbringing was filled with betrayals, assassinations daily. He can't trust anyone's emotions. Yeah, aside from Nonnally. He trusts Nonnally implicit, which seems to be a thing among the royals of Britannia, where siblings seem to be, like, more trusted. You know, because, like, you had Charles and his sibling, right? You had Charles and his sibling. You had Euphemia and Cornelia, and you had Lelouch and Nonnally. So, like, blood siblings seem to be able to trust each other in this setting, but nothing more than that. Alright, I have to get through this way, but it's not letting me, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. There is something down here, but I don't know what it is supposed to do. Alright. Kick your ass if you're not starting to experimenting with combos. Hey, I have! I have. A bit. Yeah, every person he put something in the mask for. The only exception was C2. Who has seen pure raw Lelouch. To be fair, he's also the only person who's seen her emotionally unfiltered too. They have a weird relationship. It's not even really romantic. I don't actually know what their deal is. I'm not entirely sure it's like a romantic relationship with C2 and Lelouch. It feels more like they feel like each other are equals, right? Like people who they... Because, you know, she had the whole, Because, like, C2's whole thing, right, was that she got the ability to make people love her as her Geass power. And when she had that, she couldn't trust what anyone said about her. And then she lost the power when she became immortal. And that must have... I mean, that would really fuck people up. Honestly, Geass powers are really, really freaking, a roll of the dice, honestly. Like, on one hand, you could get some really cool power, but on the other hand, they almost seem to all invariably lose control of them at some point. And depending on what power you lose control of, you could either have to, like, blind yourself or just go crazy. Alright, maybe I should jump out of here. No, I can't jump off this part. Voop. I've gone through all the crowd challenges. Alright. Power of the King leads to a life of sorrow. Also, I keep going in, like... I mean, there's certainly is some bond, this mutual, little bit detachment from reality. Yeah, I feel like Geass actually lived up to that, though. I've heard, like, that's a really common thing I get annoyed about with media sometimes. Is that we're like, oh yes, this power, this amazing power that lets you, like, fucking do everything you've ever wanted, will detach you from all those around you. It's like, I mean, no shit, you'll be a bitch attached, but, like... It doesn't seem to have affected them, or they overcome it, but, like, the power of the king actually is alienating. It's toxic, almost. Every interpretation has ended badly. Like, no one has ended well with it. I mean, Lelouch is one of the best examples of the power of the king, and he fucking became the most hated person on Earth. Like, that was his good ending. Think about that. Like, all the other endings, you're a child soldier who dies giving everything for a person who didn't actually love you the way you wanted them to love you. Or you are the brother to a king and you promise to use his power to set the world right, only for your own brother to arrange your fucking death because he didn't like that you murdered his wife. Or you ask for the power to be loved. And guess what? The nun who you thought was going to be your best friend actually is just playing like attacks you so you'll kill her so she can finally die. And now you're left with immortality. By the way, all your relationships are fake because everyone around you is possessed by your power. And now you're screwed. Good luck. Like, holy shit, it's toxic as a power. It actually does lead to sorrow. Like, no one is made happier by the power of the king. It leads to ruin for everyone who has it. Literally everyone. Like, no one has it happily. They all lose shit for it. And usually as a direct result of the power itself, right? Like, Charles lost it because his brother became consumed with the idea of their plan, which was based around the power of the kings and the subconscious, in C's world. You know, fucking Bismarck became so... I guess Bismarck wasn't, like, really... But he also seemed to have sealed his power away and only used it extremely rarely. Like, remember, he had his eye, like, bound shut. So there's definitely a story there. You don't do that if you have a healthy relationship with your power. Let's just say that. That's some Wonder Woman power inhibiting bracelets kind of shit. Also, I am seriously unsure of where to go. I've been running in circles for a bit now, and I am very confused. Is there some kind of, like, target I need to shoot or something? But no, the power of the kings leading to sorrow actually was one of those few lines in anime that I'm like, yeah, they were right. This is just going to lead to pain, suffering, and misery. And the immortality actually does kind of suck. Even though it is, like, really good immortality, the thing is, you lose your power. Like, think about it. Imagine you got to a position because you could mind control people, right? You could know everyone around you. If you lose that power, even if your commands from when you had it were still in effect, even if all the effects of the power from beforehand are still there, which they don't always seem to be, some of the powers are like active things, like C2's love effect, you aren't in a position to do that anymore. I mean, sure, you're immortal, but, like, now you don't have constant spies in the enemy camp. You're gonna get overthrown. The power of the king eventually grants you immortality, usually at the cost of whoever you cared enough about to, or who cared enough about you to give you the power. Also, the idea that the person who's immortal has to, like, cultivate the power of the one they give the ability to, right? Makes it so that they're inevitably gonna form a relationship with them. Like, that, it literally seems designed to cause trauma. Because you have to, the person who does this whole thing, who gives the code, you know, it's like, I don't want to live anymore. Okay, let's take this child, and we're going to give him a power, I'm going to raise him. Oh, fuck, he's my son. I need to have my son murder me. Fuck. And you're going to do it, because you clearly want to die enough to have done this shit, you have gotten this far, right? Oh, man. Code Geass is so good on so many levels. I am also going insane. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going in the city. And Geass only strengthens with use, and when you reach a certain threshold, it becomes impossible to deactivate. The only saving grace to the Lelouch is that he's not activated if there was an intermediary. Yeah. Like, if you're unlucky enough, like the Mind Get Right Rear guy, you're just screwed. Because that's just going to drive you insane. There's not really a way around it. Honestly, it's amazing he was as sane as he was, all things considered. And I am unsure of where to go from here. Alright, we might have to look up a guide, because I don't want to, like, spend all this time not being able to proceed with the fucking game. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and switch our melee weapon for this, because this one's not really working super well. Bismarck basically, never used it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, he basically sealed it behind a, like, special, like, eye piercing to stop it from being utilized. And it clearly only activated in moments of, like, he only used it when he really needed it. And he's the healthy example for like, I think he might actually be the healthiest, or mentally healthiest, Gios user we see. Like, out of all the Gios users, which, to be fair, most of them are child soldiers. But, like, out of all of them, Bismarck is the closest thing to a healthy person, mentally speaking. And he basically only was like that because he stopped using the damn thing. I mean, Anya maybe, but, I mean, she's more of an influenced by Gios kind of thing, but, maybe? Who knows? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out how we get through Dwark, because I am very unsure, so I'm gonna look for a guide for this. One moment. The cruelty displays, I don't know. I mean, to be fair to Bismarck, he was, I'm Soldier Man, and I said mentally stable, I didn't say good person. Good person and mentally stable are two very different things. Very different things. Let's see here. Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I'm just like, I need to know where to go. I'm sorry. I don't want to look up a guide for this. I've gone so long without having to look up a guide. But I need to look up a guide for this here. Alright, let's see. Let's go to GameSpot. They usually have pretty good guides. I know, we saw parallels between him and Lelouch when he went rogue. Oh, 100%. What chapter am I on? What chapter are we on? Info. Let's see. We are back in Dwark afterwards, so... Frick. Let me check. Because they had a chapter in thing a while back. Where does the chapter end? Go back a little bit into the timeline. We should see the chapter end. Okay, that was like way earlier. That was letting me believe Gios screwed him as hell as a person, likely. At the very least, he understood, or was like, at the bare minimum, he was scared of it. He was, at the bare minimum, scared of the power he held. You can tell, right? Like, the way he wielded it, and the way he said it was like a crutch. At the bare minimum, it was a power he had, like, a great deal of fear for. Chapter 12. Okay, so we're in chapter 13 now. Oh, so we've got a bit of time. One of the reasons I like GameSpot ones is that a lot of the guides here will use this, like, coding system. Which is very good for finding shit. Like on post-credit scene, you can see Jeremiah basically low-key adopts Anya after dispelling Mariana's Gios, and they work together cultivating origins forever as a reminder of who he was. Yeah, I like that at least Jeremiah got, like, a happy ending. He was kind of it's kind of amazing they turned him from, like, a joke character into, like, an actually serious character. Alright, so... Found the Gaiden key, we got Life of the Gods, Dwarku moats, small system of dry land in the middle of the mermaid, blah blah blah, chamber of everlasting sleep. Monk room. Now take the platform going... Swim to the... Alright, so we take the elevator going back down to the underwater area. Okay. So that's why. Okay, I would have never figured that out on my own. So I actually have to go back down to that underwater cave. I would never have known that. This is why occasionally you have to look up a guide. Because otherwise I'd be running in circles convinced I'm missing something forever. So I guess this whole area was just like optional shit. Jeremiah was one of the select few people who actually knew the full plan of Zero Requiem. Yeah, he was. He was in on it. He's also one of the only people who knew the full thing that didn't immediately die. I mean, technically there's also Callan, but like she didn't actually know what it was. She just like pieced it together based on some details she'd learned, right? So she didn't actually know the full story. She didn't know the full plan of Zero Requiem. She was just able to figure out Lelouch's general idea of what he was planning to do. As did Nonali. She also figured it out when she realized, oh, he wasn't actually trying to be full on evil. Or he was, but not in the way we thought. They didn't probably understand the full details, and they probably only suspect that Suzaku is alive. Like, both of them most likely suspect that Zero is Suzaku. I guarantee it. Most of them are like, okay, it's probably Suzaku. It's probably Suzaku. But even they I don't think, know. I didn't watch the shitty movie, by the way. I don't want to know what happens in that. I know they brought Lelouch back. I know it was implied, especially particularly in the sub version, that he was alive specifically. I was fine with that. That's how Gios works. Like, that wasn't a surprise or anything. I just don't understand why they brought him back. He's done. Let him rest. He fucking earned a rest. If anyone in that goddamn show earned a fucking permanent retirement, it was goddamn Lelouch. Too late. Only got to watching the horror. She realized she was watching the death of not the death of a villain, but the death of a savior. Both her and Nonali. Honestly, Nonali and Callan probably had, like, the worst. Like, out of all the people, they got the shaft. Like, don't get me wrong, they got a very happy ending. But they're two of the only people who can't be completely satisfied with the happy ending, right? Like, they know the truth. They know who Lelouch actually was at the end. They know what he did for humanity. They know that he didn't deserve that fate. But he did it for them. And now they have to actually, like, live in this world, making the world better, and, like, making sure they don't let him down. Everyone else gets to celebrate the death of a tyrant, right? I think Lloyd also knew, I believe. I'm nearly positive Lloyd was aware of Zero Requiem. I let Lelouch as the scapegoat so they can never reveal the truth. Yeah. And you know that Nonali has probably figured it out, like, to a degree that's, like, basically all of it. Given that Lloyd was captured, surrendered alive, and eventually, like, probably didn't stay arrested, let's be real. So, she most likely knows basically the whole truth, even if she doesn't know all the details that were kept only between Suzaku and Lelouch. But she also has to live in this world because she knows her brother did it. Imagine knowing your brother did that specifically for you, too. Like, let's be real, Lelouch did want to make the world a better place, but we know why he did it. It was for Nonali. 100% it was for Nonali. Ion. Got a riddle I can't crack. In 90s or early 2000s, they made down-to-earth racing game Metropolis Street Racer. Years later, Xbox 360 Project Gotham Racing. Kudos for current progress, Ion. I am... And kudos does for current progress. I am unsure what you're talking about. Anyway, let's talk about something else. We've probably talked about Kogias for a bit. Let's see, what else? Oh, I have some fun news. So I'm not sure if you know, but I've been ripping movies from my Plex server for a long time at this point. And I have finally gotten to the point where I have a fucking insane number. So I have this other app, Toddly, that tracks my, like, Plex server's progress. It can you use to see, like, how much I've been watching on different libraries and all that. And between my anime folder and my TV shows folder, I have almost 10,000 episodes of TV. And I am still ripping TV shows. A lot of that is like one or two gigantic shows. Like I have Pokemon. The entirety of Pokemon. The whole thing. I'm working on adding the last of it. I have all the way through, like, black and white. I still need to add the later stuff. Alright, here we are. 2 down-to-earth racing games made by Sega, both of them called DC Comics location. Metropolis and Gotham were using kudos to progress. That is kind of funny. Oh, we got the villain.
The failed protector of the Dark Dragon.
Oh boy. As Lord told Nina, there comes a point where you have to make a decision. Science or your soul. Also, I should probably, like, equip my actual good Nimpo, my Art of the Inferno, because it's leveled up. Oof. Okay, so this weapon is not working against this guy. Let's go back to Double Dragons. They're pretty good. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, so magic just does not work on him and he heals. I'm gonna get my fucking ass handed to me. Ooh. Alright. Oh, frick. Doesn't that feel like the huge sword from Artemis in God of War? Artemis gave you a weapon in God of War? I thought she, like, noped out. I don't remember Artemis being in God of War. Oh, shit. He just, like, recovers all his health like an ass. Okay, finally one of them did something. And grab attacked me again, and just undid all the damage! Like a jackass! Oh yeah, got him. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, bitch. Ugh. Damn it. I mean, it didn't do terribly, but geez. Yes, continue. She was just there to give you a sword and movements with the huge statue sword and let you use the cute, huge Caravan of Darkness. I don't remember her showing up at all, but maybe that's just me. I'd have to look it up. Alright, so I think I have essence. I might want to go spend some. On, like, potions and shit. Yeah, we're gonna go buy some potions. I hate how I have to go into the fucking shark-infested waters just to get some potions. We all know that Code Geass movies were a cash grab from their inception. Again, I'm not going to talk about their quality. I don't think they should have been made on principle. Unless you were willing to do something completely different. I know there's like a side thing with Code Geass, where it's about like a different protagonist entirely. If you want to do something with a completely new character in the setting, fine. But bringing back Lelouch made it just completely uninteresting to me. On a huge... Remember Huge Purple Sword with lots of spinning? No, I do not actually. I actually don't remember. So, sorry. We are buying lots of potions. Because I am coward. I am coward, yay. Oh my freaking... Never mind. We need to reload. Can I go back to main menu, please? Shit. Now I've got to figure out a way to reload. First God of War was unremarkable compared to its sequels. Alright, kill me, sharks. Here, we can talk while I let the sharks kill me real quick. I accidentally used my full potion. I can't afford to do that right now. So I need to let these... Will you kill me already? Come on! Do you not see this tasty Ryu right in front of you? Look, food! Are they actively avoiding me? What happened? These things were grabbing me like constantly, and now they're just like actively avoiding me. I don't get it. Holy shit. I remember not being able to even like avoid these things at first, and now they like won't even... Okay, there we go. Bringing back Lelouch, they advertise the fact. That alone is how I call it a cash grab. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, I don't think the Code Geass movie is a cash grab just because it's a Code Geass movie. I want to make that clear. I think it's a cash grab, like John Sear said, for that exact same reason. Because they showed Lelouch. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we're not even going to have him like as a background character who maybe is like trying to like secretly do shit. And he's in like, I don't even want to know why he's in like these like weird Geass like cultist robes. That was just bizarre, but he was. I remember seeing that, and it was just like, oh no. Oh no, they're bringing back the main character. Bringing back the main character when their series is done is the sign of a coward franchise. No, seriously. If a franchise cannot bring itself to have new protagonists, it is not a setting worth investing your time into. For like beyond the initial show. Initial show can be fine. God, I have to do this twice because I had that stupid revival milestone. And all because I don't have a quick way to like reload my save. Ugh. Honestly, I should just like exit out. You know, I'm just gonna exit out the program. This is gonna take way too long. I'm gonna exit out and come back online. Do one more try at the boss. Grab some stuff, do one more try at the boss. We'll see in a second. But no. Like, so many franchises need to get into their heads. If your franchise is good, if it actually deserves more games or movies or books, it will be able to live past a single character. There are exceptions to this. Sherlock Holmes is kind of, well, it's the Sherlock Holmes franchise. It's all about Sherlock Holmes and the many interpretations of Sherlock Holmes. But most franchises should not be so reliant on one character. And you can usually tell when they're reliant on one character because they're usually fucking named after that character. Lucian's the kind of person that once he returns, you be curious what he's up to. You get what I mean? I mean, yes, but he was done. Like, Lelouch's story is objectively done. His literal goal is for the world to never find out that he's still alive. If he's alive, which the dub specifically chose to cut out the line where he actually replies to C2. Like, that's how much he did not need to be around anymore. Yeah. But even then, I'm not sure I'd want Lelouch to come back. Because I think his whole thing should be he's out of the game, right? Maybe someone discovers Zero Requiem and there's this big conspiracy plot where they're trying to make the world see that Lelouch actually saved them all or whatever. And he doesn't understand. And so this whole thing is like everyone trying to track down Lelouch, or the handful of people who know the truth trying to track down Lelouch before this new cult does, right? Because the Geass cult might have survived or something or whatever. Maybe you merge that in. You just don't even have Lelouch. You don't even need Lelouch. You can have them tracking his whereabouts. And the end of the thing is like they stop them and the characters see Lelouch from a distance. Like they see a guy who might be Lelouch, who kind of looks like him, on a farm or something with C2. And they're like, we'll leave him be. We've dealt with this. We're good. He doesn't need to know. And Zero as Suzaku walks away with Nanali, who like smiles and leaves her older brother to his new immortal life. You know, it's just like, you know what? He's deserved the rest. We got this, Lelouch. Like, we got this. We can... Because, like, there's some thematic stuff going on right there, right? Like, Lelouch set up a peaceful world. We can maintain this peaceful world even without him. We don't need him anymore. He did this so we wouldn't need someone like him to conquer it, right? Now it is a world of peace. We can move forward without needing Geass, without needing these people. We put the Geass cult to rest. No one finds out the truth about Lelouch. The villain's defeated. either killed or taken, either dies or goes to jail. And Lelouch didn't even know anything was wrong. Like, maybe he sees some weird stuff on the news, and it's like, you don't even see him. Like, again, don't even have him aside from maybe like an in-credit scene or something like that. Just have him as a non-factor in there and have the other characters build on what he made. I think that'd be way more thematic. I feel like that would be like way more thematic and impactful. And you still get to leave Lelouch to his freaking rest. I mean, good gods, people. Lelouch's world is so goddamn needy. Oh, frickin'. God damn this asshole. That healing attack is going to be the bane of me, I can just already tell. Boom. Oh! Oh, that attack worked beautifully! Holy shit, I found a counter! I found a counter for his fucking Waves of Darkness bullshit. Alright. I'm back, bitches. Hey, I found a counter. I found a really cool charge way to use the charge up to counter his Waves of Darkness bullshit. By the way, Nerdo. You'll be so proud of me. Talisman, revive me. Realizing his good intentions, getting Lelouch acknowledged because all the suffering he achieved to be for nothing. Yeah. Alright, blast him to oblivion. Now we think we can just, I think we can just blast him. I think we can just blast this guy away now. Yo, come on, asshole. Die. Oh my god, that works so well. Alright, and come on, get it. Yes! Realizing, I would rather find it interesting watching the struggle of the character when they slowly come to realize Zero Weapon's effect only works when society sees him as a villain. Realizing his good intentions of getting Lelouch acknowledged cause all the suffering he's caused to be undone. Like, so having the villain actually figure it out on his own, maybe like through experiences and stuff like that. So like sort of like a tragic hero kind of thing like Lelouch, right? Where he sees himself as a hero trying to show the world the truth. Your true
place is at the Emperor's side.
Wait, what?
My hatred will not be
So easily defeated.
I will bring about the awakening.
Missed my comment, by the way. Your character doing "I'm back, bitches" is the thing you should usually not supposed to do with your character unless this has in universe use. Like threat seeming real, but nah, get the fuck out with. Nah, you missed the comment. This ends with a part of "I'm back, bitches." Sorry. I got a bit wrapped up in Doku's like big villain monologue moment. So I'm guessing he's still gonna be a problem later. Holy shit, though! The charge attack on the greatsword is so good. Like, did you see what it did to the man's health bar? Master Ninja. That's right, I'm Master Ninja. Let's go. Haha. Yes. Alright, so the Ancient Twin Deities, Chapter 14. Rachel follows Lord Doku, who now takes the form of a vengeful spirit. She enters the torn fabric of space and time. What horrors await her? So we're following Ghost Doku as Rachel. God damn it, we're her again. Didn't she already get her ass kicked? Come on. I think this is a good place to stop. I think we're in a good spot to stop here. It's about 9:20, 9:26. You've not figured out who he is yet? I mean, I'm figuring he's probably our dad or something. Either that or he, like, is the Emperor, or he's, Rachel's father or something. Some sort of familial relationship, I'm imagining. I mean, I'm seeing some, like, serious Darth Vader vibes on this man. But yeah, I guess I will see you guys all next time. Bye.